You may know the 9 great houses of Westeros from Game of Thrones, but have you ever wondered where they came from? And why is it that only House Targaryen could control dragons? Let's dive into the rich and epic backstory behind the series, spanning the continents of Westeros and Essos, and going back thousands of years before the show began. Long ago, Westeros was home to only one race, the Children of the Forest. They practiced powerful magic and worshipped the old gods, carving faces into weirwood trees as their sacred symbols. But then, the first men arrived. They came from across the sea, armed with bronze weapons and war horses. To them, Westeros was an unclaimed land. They began chopping down weirwoods, sparking a long and brutal war. The Children of the Forest were losing ground, so in desperation, they created a terrible weapon. They plunged dragonglass into the heart of a living man and gave birth to the first White Walker. Originally meant to fight for them, these creatures eventually turned against everyone. With no other choice, the children and first men united to fight them. Together, they pushed the White Walkers far north and built a massive wall of ice and stone, laying magical spells beneath it to keep the undead out. Thus, the Night's Watch was born. Each brother of the Watch swore vows to hold no lands, take no wives, and father no children until death. Centuries later, a new wave of invaders arrived, the Andals, who overthrew the first men and claimed the land as their own. They split Westeros into 7 kingdoms, and from that came the 9 great houses we know today. 1. House Stark of Winterfell, Lords of the North. Sigil, Grey Direwolf on white. Words, winter is coming. 2. House Lannister of Casterly Rock, Rulers of the West. Sigil, Golden Lion on crimson. Words, hear me roar, though we all know them better for a Lannister always pays his debts. 3. House Tully of Riverrun, Rulers of the Riverlands. Sigil, Silver Trout. Words, family, duty, honor. 4. House Greyjoy of Pike, Rulers of the Iron Islands. Sigil, Golden Kraken. Words, we do not sow. 5. House Aaron of the Vale, Lords of the Mountains. Words, as high as honor. 6. House Tyrell of Highgarden, Rulers of the Reach. Sigil, Golden Rose. Words, growing strong. House Baratheon of Storm's End, Lords of the Stormlands. Sigil, Crown Black Stag. Words, ours is the fury. 8. House Martell of Dorne, Rulers of the South. Sigil, Sun pierced by spear. Words, unbowed, unbent, unbroken. And finally, House Targaryen of Dragonstone, not native to Westeros, but descended from the Valerians of Essos. They were the only ones who could tame dragons. The Valerians once ruled Essos for over 5,000 years. Their civilization built on dragons, sorcery, and steel. They forged the legendary Valerian steel, the only known weapon against White Walkers. But their empire fell in one cataclysmic event, the Doom of Valyria. Volcanoes erupted, their capital was destroyed, and both the dragons and Valerians were nearly wiped out. Only one family survived, House Targaryen, who had relocated to Dragonstone before the disaster struck. Years later, one of their descendants, Aegon the Conqueror, rose to power. He married his 2 sisters, rode his dragon, and invaded Westeros, uniting the 7 kingdoms under one banner. He built King's Landing and forged the Iron Throne from the swords of his defeated enemies, melted by dragonfire. The Targaryens ruled Westeros for nearly 300 years, but eventually their dragons died, and their power began to fade. Then came Aerys II, the Mad King, Daenerys' father. When his son Rhaegar ran away with Lyanna Stark, it was seen as an abduction, but the truth, they were in love. Lyanna was already promised to Robert Baratheon, so her disappearance sparked a massive rebellion. Ned Stark, Robert, and House Aaron led the charge. Tywin Lannister took the opportunity to betray the Mad King, and his son Jaime, a Kingsguard, delivered the final blow, earning the infamous title of Kingslayer. Robert took the Iron Throne, married Cersei, and peace returned for a while. But one more survivor remained. Across the narrow sea, in exile, the Mad King's wife gave birth to a daughter, Daenerys Targaryen, and the true story of Game of Thrones was just beginning.